and then close it first thing in the morning in the midst of this little move to the downside here. That was the short trade, and then in the midst of a rally higher, like I said, probably don't want to open up the short position like the full short position here first thing in the morning, and you can see how that ended up. We ended up going higher, so there's an opportunity here, a trade opportunity here, or if you have more risk tolerance, there was an opportunity here at what is this like roughly 2:30 between the 2 and 3 o'clock hour, and then we should probably see a highest price level here at the end of the day. I think I probably misread this in the live yesterday a little bit more, saw it more of a flat, but um, on the overall prediction, this was pretty accurate, and so we should see selling off here. This at the end of the day is where you'd want to fill up. Like if you took out a partial short position here and you're feeling kind of ugly about it now, this is where you double down on it at the end of the day in anticipation of a pretty notable drop. But again, guys, it's going to get pretty choppy over the next few days. I think we probably have gaps down because there's bullish behavior here. We have bullish behavior kind of overall on the day charts for the 19th and 20th. But on the 1 month, this is why it's really important to watch the 1 days and the 1 months. On the 1 month, we have a pretty notable decline, even though these are bullish looking days overall. There's a decline here to a trough or low. So we'll probably have these gaps down with bullish days. I wonder if we entered the influence of retrograde already, because I haven't seen E Trade acting this slow in quite some time. No, it's not. The edge of retrogrades in August 3rd. So we still got some time. In any case, you see there's this like end of the month of July rally to the upside into August, offering opportunity to open up a short position, but it's rallying into August. So likely we see a highest high in July, and then we probably see higher or the same high here in August. Hey Robert. Hey Tibraze. Tibraze, it's a good question. It really depends on how much risk tolerance you have because it's not going to be an easy trade. Would we see 460 first or 443 first in SPY? I'm a little frustrated because my charts are moving so slowly right now. I don't know what's going on, why it's so slow. All right, so do I advise a short tomorrow and keep it until the 20th? So you could short here at end of day. We're likely going to open lower, or if we don't open lower, then we might rally a little bit in the beginning of the day. But I would cash out of a long position here. When we out of the open, we have this move to the upside, and we successfully turn resistance into new support with some sideways rotation, somewhere between the open and 11 o'clock. There's going to be a brief peak that's easily missed. If you can time that brief peak, I'd say you'd want to get into a short position there. If you miss that brief peak, I'd wait until a fast sudden move higher at the end of the day. So we'll have like a support level that's important on at least a 1 month scale that's highlighted here, like early afternoon, and then a big move off of it, a little bit of a decline and a big move off of it to the upside from the bottom of range to the top of range. That's another place that you could open up a short at the top of that range there. But I think you could open up the short here, or you could wait until tomorrow. It's a little tricky as to whether or not we're topping off here at the end of the day and opening lower. I think we're probably opening lower, but I might be wrong, and we might just continue into a brief peak that's easily missed here. Overall, this is a pretty bullish day as well, so I think we probably open lower. You could probably open the short here. Well, it would have been better to do it at this overbought territory here, but you could probably still get away with it now. And we should see declining into the close. With an open lower. And again, there's rally here early in the morning. So if we don't open lower and we just continue rallying, I'd say there's a sharp drop there based on this indolence card, which is see, the indolence card has correlations to the happiness card. They're pretty similar energy. Would we see 460 or 443 first? Do we see 460 on SPY before 443? No. We see 443 before 460. Hey Senska, Jonah, welcome. Now we haven't got into Bitcoin yet. I'll get into that in just a minute. Hey Conrad, hey AV. Will Tesla and Netflix be bullish after earnings? I'm not skipping you guys. I'm just taking care of the paid members first, and then I'll hop back to everybody else. Will Tesla and Netflix be bullish after earnings? What will be Tesla's behavior after earnings? It's a decline. What will Netflix chart behavior be after earnings? What will Netflix chart behavior be after earnings? It looks like we probably make like a new local high, and then we sell off from that high, like a move higher. We stay there briefly and we break back down. And then for Tesla's reaction after earnings, I saw a decline 2 and 3 support on a multi-day to meet a second support and rotate sideways. So overall, it should be a decline in response to Tesla's earnings. All right, let's take a look at BTC. Yeah, so there's going to be a pretty sharp an opportunity before a pretty sharp drop here. That unicursal there at the peak of August. And it's also kind of toppy because we've got in July, the top for July is the Princess of Wands, which is opportunity and rally to open up a short position. So we probably are bullish into like the cusp of August there. Yeah, see, so this is like we should see a notable move off of we're basically establishing support here. Like I said, we would probably see this support again. What we're looking to do is establish support. There's yellow correlations here on the 18th, which correlate to the success card. So off of this, we should see a move to the upside that'll stand out and successfully turn resistance into support again. And then that move to the upside will take us to like near overbought territory that we sell off from, followed by a fast sudden move higher to a peak or crest on the 21st. So overall, it looks like we're moving to the upside. If there's anything in particular you want to know, Senska, let me know. Conrad, so is the turnaround point for the potential decline low the morning of the 21st? So you mean like the bottom of the decline? Yeah, I think there's probably a gap down on the 19th into the 20th. Either that or a big move to the downside early in the day, like in the pre-market almost. Um, it's pretty price swingy there on the last 2 days, which is why I say chop. So probably the low, like the low for the decline that's commencing here is going to be you probably see it twice. So I think probably here in the morning, or excuse me, here in the afternoon, the low towards the end of the day here. And it's pretty tricky on the 21st, but there's a pretty significant trade opportunity in the morning. So you could probably do it in the morning on the 20th. If not in the morning, then it's going to be at the end of the day, one of those two. Or here first thing in the morning or midday. Like it's somewhere around there. We'll have to see when we where we go from here because it's going to get choppy. And like I said, we're going to have gaps down with moves to the upside. I saw it from some people that Venus retrograde has always brought the market down. What are your thoughts? Is August bearish? Yeah, it's overall we have a low towards the end of the month in August. There's a high at the beginning of the month, low towards the end of the month. And it's again this rally into August offers opportunity to open up a short position before a pretty significant decline into what could be a lowest low here around the cusp of when I was doing the dailies for September. The monthly, I just did the monthly and the dailies for September, and I think the lowest low actually, the decline continues into October, and the lowest low ends up being around this near these eclipses. But there's like a really big move off of the lows. And that would have to be some move, guys, like really. Whether or not it's a lowest low, it's going to be a low that really stands out here on the cusp of September, October. Guys, I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. So overall, August is looking bearish. Browns with the Super Bowl ring. A thief. Overall upside, Proof is asking overall upside till the 21st for Bitcoin. I think that's a yes. After this like little lull here, which is probably the lows for the month. This Ace of Discs, Princess of Discs. Interesting combos. Curious to see how that would play out, and it looks like that's what happened. It ended up being lows for the month. This was a really tough month to figure out highs and lows just because it's been so sidewaysy thus far. But yeah, it looks like overall to a peak or crest on the 21st. There is one other place where it might be a lowest low, which would be around here, around the 25th, 26th, but I'm not so sure it's a lowest low because we have these peaks here. I think we probably go bullish. There'll be a trough here, but I think we probably go bullish into a high at the end of the month. Will IWM also drop by the 20th? Will IWM drop by the 20th? That's a yes. Affirmative. Hey, Carolyn. What's the overall trend direction for QQQ the remainder of the week? Oh, it's looking mixed. So slow right now. It's definitely not my computer. I have a brand new computer. Wednesday, there's an important resistance and technical price level highlighted on a multi-day scale. And then we may have some decline off of that resistance, but on Thursday, out of a decline, there's a big move from the bottom of, there's a big move higher. Either that or there's some like seemingly overwhelming headwinds that come out, but we move higher anyways. And Friday, we have a notable move to the upside, offering opportunity to open up a short position. Likely a gap down on Monday, but it's a big bullish day on Monday to the upside. So likely a gap down with a big move higher on Monday. That's QQQ. Are the Jets going to the conference finals? That was weird. I had the card blow. It was a yes, but there was something weird about it. Let me do that again. I got a yes. Twice in a row. Let's see how that plays out. Proof, any alts in particular that you're most concerned about? I mean, wouldn't that be some prediction? My God. The Jets. I know like next to nothing about what you guys are talking about sports-wise, FYI. The Jets was my grandfather's team, though. But Proof, if there's any altcoins in particular you're most concerned about, I could take a look at them for you. All right, let's go over SPY for tomorrow. Appreciate that Rule of Karma payment, comrade. Much appreciation. Like, it's not going to be an easy short. Those of you that are planning to short here, guys, it's really not going to be an easy short because these are going to be gaps down with bullish days for the most part. not easy to hold a short position in a situation like that. So if you don't have like a really good risk tolerance, or you're not like seasoned with shorting stocks, I would say probably steer clear of shorting here. It's just going to be like kind of jarring, I think. Right. So here we might actually see. All right. So we did do right here a decline to and through support to meet a second support sideways rotation, but I think we probably rally back into like at least the near overbought territory. Um, Towards the close, allowing for like one last trade opportunity there for a short position before this like gap down. If there isn't a gap down, then I would say wait until like 10 to 11 o'clock. It's hard. There's like a dip in here. There's a dip in here. See, this yellow correlation is the halting of a bullish trend marked by a sharp decline through key support. It's the indolence card, so a brief peak that's easily missed. So I'd say if we don't get down, maybe wait till midday to close the short. If you're closing a short there, and then in the midst of this big move to the upside, that'd be another opportunity to open up a short at the upper end of a range there after a fast sudden move higher toward like 2 to 3 o'clock ish range, where we'd meet a resistance level that we've fallen from many times before there in the last hour. I get the feeling it's like you'll want, if you have a lower risk tolerance, then probably here first thing in the midst of like a decline in the morning. Be careful. This orange correlation is a big move higher out of a decline from the bottom of a range to the top of the range. So probably as soon as you can here in the midst of a sharp decline in the pre-market, that will be opportunity. And then it looks like it gets pretty bullish. I don't think it's a low here at the end of the day. I think it's pretty bullish. And then we probably open lower or have a really sharp decline at the open here, which may be a better opportunity to close the short than here in the morning. But there's a lot of like, oh crap, throughout the day on the 20th if you're holding a short position. I'm holding the bag on FTech and VTNR. Are those stocks? Will we see a recovery in FTech, FTEK by end of August? Looks like a yes. There's a fast sudden move higher in store for it. Will you see a good recovery in VTNR? Will you see a good recovery in VTNR in August? Got a yes for that as well. Matic. So it looks like that was a brief peak that's easily missed, and we should be going into a trough here. It's mixed. Matic is looking like it's bearish into 2025. And then there's an opportunity to open up a long position in 2025 before we have another peak in 2026. What's the overall trend direction for Matic, which is Polygon, in the month of August 2023? Overall trend direction. There's there's an overbought peak that will sell off from through multiple support levels. So sometimes this starts out with some bullish behavior and leads into a crest that we sell off from pretty notably. And then Doge. I think I recall this being a pretty difficult reading. Okay, so the high ended up being here, which is probably the Ace of Wands. Is it? Oh no, here. Highest high on the 15th, so we did have that pretty accurate. Lows are on around the 12th. 10th, 11th, 12th. And we should be going into lows here, lowest lows for the month around the 23rd, 24th. Okay, so there's likely going to be like a crest where we attempt to establish support at a higher price level here on the 21st, and then from there it looks like we go into lows. Oh, well, we've got the yellow. The yellow correlation is to the death card. It's a pretty sharp drop there. But overall, pretty bearish for Doge in the month of July. Looks like decline continues into August, and there's opportunity in August to open up a long position. Is the green ruin on... Oh, on what day? The 19th? That ruin right there indicates a really big move to the upside. After we meet a key support level important on like a 1 month scale at least, and there's either a big move to the upside and then a decline followed by another big move to the upside, or it's like we hit this support level and there's a big move to the upside. It could happen twice. It's hard to say, but that's what that ruin is. It indicates a lot of price change covered. Hey, Kithakian. Netflix Tesla earnings positive or negative? Well, we already asked about the earnings for Tesla, and the market reaction will be a decline. Netflix, what will be the chart behavior in reaction to Netflix earnings? Looks like it's negative, pretty notably negative. I got the moon card for that. The general trend direction for ADI in the coming days. A rally offering opportunity to open up a short position. You're welcome, guys. All right, so let's get back into SPY. I'm going to just review this real quick, and then we'll call it a day. Right, so we're back up here near peaks, near the peaks here at end of day. So if you did open up a partial short position early in the day, you definitely want to double up on that short position here in anticipation of either first thing in the morning being able to close it, or if it's not first thing in the morning, then we're going to have more of a decline into midday, and I would say midday do it. Definitely before this fast sudden move higher. Once we hit an important support level that's important on like a 1 month scale, I would say that's definitely going to be indication of a bottom if we didn't see a good opportunity earlier. And I'd want to make sure that I exit a short position. If I'm looking to do like an overnight swing, that I'd exit the short position there before that big move higher, or there's a gap down or a big move to a trough there in the pre-market on the 20th. Followed by another gap down in the morning on the 21st, it looks like. Here we go. Here's that pretty big move, guys. Hopefully you guys got into that short beforehand. Because it's selling through multiple support levels off of a peak or crest there. You're looking for a good exit this week in PEP. Probably on Thursday, we revisit a crest that we recently met before. Maybe it might have been on Monday, a crest that we sold off from, but we revisit a crest and some erratic behavior on Thursday. A lot of price covered on Friday. Looks like to the upside. So Friday might work too. All right, my friends, with that said, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Conrad. Appreciate that. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Be an angel investor. You do so here at the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where we ask that you donate 5% of the profits that you make from the information on this channel forward to one of these charities, and 5% of the profits back to the channel here at one of these links, leaving you with 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you follow those rules with this information, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel, my friends. I'll see you guys